Hello, and welcome to Phenomena. This is my little new series in which I talk for maybe an hour or more about my interests because no one wants to listen to me, and the only way I can put them out there is in a video in which I'm the only person present. Thus, nobody can stop me, and anyone who wants to listen is able to listen if they wish. Uh, I really didn't know what to do with this at first. I didn't have any ideas, still don't have any ideas, but I'm doing something simple, something that a bunch of friends and a bunch of people that would watch this apparently wanted me to do. And that is just ranking every servant. Every single servant in Fate Grand Order. Everyone. This cannot happen in one episode. I'm just going to tell it straight up. This is going to take more than one episode, but that is just going to make it more cool because then I have an idea for the next episode also. I don't have to think about it. So, as I explained before, this is a podcast kind of. I talk and talk and talk and talk, and that is it. There's no visuals mostly. You can see the tier list maybe. But for the most part, audio. Mostly audio. So, yeah, I don't really stop talking. So, don't worry about that. There won't be much silence. The only reason I'm doing this in the first place is because people tell me that I don't shut up, and it would be it's a very good skill to have for something like this, to never shut up. Let us begin. Let us start with tier list. Fate Grand Order. If you guys don't know, Type Moon series about these mages. They summon servants. Servants are beings from the past, present, or future, usually historical, can be mythical, can be from stories. Some of them are just concepts. We will get to that when we reach them. They have classes, and I'll explain it along the way. We're starting off with Mashu Kirilite. She is kind of the base girl of this whole thing. She is what some people would call a love interest, what some people apparently for some reason wouldn't call a love interest, even though it's quite obvious she is supposed to be the main girl of the whole game. And she, as a character, we have the regular first Mashu we get, the 3-star version, which is she's great. She's great. I'd put her in A. I mean, her character doesn't have that much. Well, actually, it does. Her character does have quite a lot. Actually, I'm putting her other version in A too. She may look quite simple, but she really isn't. Like, she isn't your typical cutesy kind girl. No, she has anger issues and everything. It's so interesting. I like her. And she's helped me a lot in the past. She's helped me in quite a lot. A lot of battles. She's cleared them all for me. I love her. I love her. I will always love you. Ooh. Another thing I love about Mash is that she's actually a concept from the original Fate Stay Night. She was supposed to be a servant in the original Fate Stay Night. I forgot how you pronounce the name. Something like Tachie. That was her in Fate Stay Night. She was supposed to be there as kind of like an anti-hero, like an evil but somewhat you can empathize with her sort of deal, kind of like Medea or Medusa or anything like that. I wouldn't say it for Medusa. She's kind of leans a bit towards good too much. But she was scrapped and she was reused in 2015 for Fate Grand Order. But she was redesigned, so she's no longer edgy. I'll put an image on screen of how Tachie looks like. That's how she looks like. Very cute. Hope she makes a return one day. Let's move on to the classic Artoria Saber. You'll understand why I specified Saber in a sec. I forgot to mention, Mashu is a Shielder class servant. She's the only one in the game so far. Maybe that will change after the story finishes. Who knows? Next class that we're encountering here is the Saber class. And as you may realize from the name, Saber class means they use a sword. Isn't that interesting? Artoria herself has a super simple design, but it works. It honestly works. Let me take a look at her closer on the wiki myself. Kind of analyze. A thing I never understood about Artoria's design is in her somewhat armored version, where she has the gloves and all that. One of her hands has all the fingers, but the other one has only like a mitten claw. That is how some armors did have them, but the thing is, I believe when an armor had those, both hands had them. It's a bit weird. But no, she is pretty. She is. No wonder Takeuchi keeps sticking with this face. I pretty much can't really say anything bad about the design. I mean, it's simple, effective, looks cute, looks cool at the same time. The character, also nice. Really love Saber. You can't hate her. She's serious when she needs to be, and she's cute when she doesn't need to be serious. She's a little ray of sunshine, just like her Excalibur. She also goes in A. I'm not putting her in S. I don't think she's that outstanding, but she is very close to S, I would say. Really, really close to that. You little cutesy. Then we got Salter. Salter is Saber, but alter. That's literally what the name stands for. Salter, Saber alter. An altering is a thing in Fate. Some servants can get altered into alternate forms, and by the look of it, by how she looks like, you would assume alters are evil, but that's a misconception. Not all alters are evil. Some of them are. Mostly they just kind of look evil, though. That's mostly it. Salter, she started off as an evil Artoria, but I think she's slowly strayed off from that. I wouldn't say, I would say just morally wrong Artoria. I believe Salter still has, like, lawful intentions, but she just does stuff. She's very wrong about how she practices all those intentions. That's what I'm gonna say. Salter herself, I like her ascensions. The little mask she has always been weird to me, though. Her third stage, the one where she's just in a dress, is very cute. I very much enjoy that dress. And she also has a costume, which is her in casual wear, and it balls. It balls. Salter goes next to Artoria. I can't really say anything bad about Salter. Just like Artoria, a lot of a lot of the Artorias are just going to be an A. A for Artoria, the Artoria tier. Same goes for Lily. I'm putting her in A right away. Lily is cute. Lily is adorable. I believe she was created to contrast Salter. She was created to contrast Salter because Salter was originally supposed to be like just everything bad about Artoria. Evil, horrible. Now she isn't that. She's like more complex. Lily was supposed to be everything cutesy about Artoria. She's like small and happy and girly, and she wears a little dress and heels. She's kind of supposed to represent like the still feminine side of Artoria that she didn't really keep after becoming a king because of having to, maintain her role in the kingdom and all that. Saber Lily is adorable, though. She is cute. She is. You look at her. They look the same, but so cute. Baby. We move on to Nero. Nero Claudius. Nero Claudius Caesar Augustus Germanicus. She also goes in A. It's again, it's just, it's just a bunch. We're starting with really good servants. Like it's a good base servant. Nero, I believe, like some other servants, in my own opinion, I don't know if this was ever confirmed, but I'm pretty sure that a lot of servants are made with the concept of you can't trust everything written in history as fact. And Nero kind of shows that more than anyone else because Nero in Fate not only was not a man like history recorded it, and even in that universe, history recorded Nero as a man, but she was not a man. She was also not particularly as horrible as history recorded her. She was very ignorant. She did cause everything she did, but it it wasn't with like evil intent, and more she was just stupid. More she was just stupid. Nero, I love Nero. I love Nero. I just love every servant in this game. I'm gonna put everyone in A. Nero's design is kind of like an alteration of Artoria's design a bit. Like it has the same shape and kind of the same overall aesthetic as Artoria with just little tiny tweaks. She has a see-through dress to kind of show how quirky she is. She gets a really cool sword. Really, really weird sword, actually. Overall, Nero's design is something I enjoy. Fun fact, I believe she wrestled lions naked. I think that's something she did. She also has one of those sport design, little sporty look. Also a cool, what is this, a regal dress, maybe? And a furred costume as an idol, which is very cute. Nero overall, very cute. We're gonna get over the other side of Nero in a while, maybe in another episode actually, because she's very. It's quite like it's quite a late servant, that one. But Nero herself, she is like kind of a good person. Like overall, she's just cute. But because of history recording her otherwise, there is a bunch of things tied to her heroic spirit that can cause her to manifest differently. And we will get to that eventually. Let us move on to Siegfried. Look at him over here. Siegfried, who is voiced by Ennia's voice actor, is from Nordic stories. I'm just going to try to explain them off the top of my head because I don't wanna look it up. So if I make mistakes, I don't care. I'm just take it as fact. Believe me, I'm such an expert. Anyways, he's a dragon slayer. I believe he has some form of a thing ability. Blah blah. Just like invulnerable in the front, but like super killable at the back, something like that. I don't know. I don't remember. I don't hate Siegfried. Siegfried is a cool guy. I like the more draconic ascension he has, where he grows horns and everything. I love his costume, where he gets glasses and a suit. Uh, just overall, really nice. But Siegfried, the reason I have such a mixed opinion on him isn't even him. I just the amount of times this man has spooked my roles is disgusting. This guy actively looks just to do that. He just actively looks for ways to appear in my roles, especially when I'm rolling for a saber. Cause woo, yeah. But I don't hate him. I will put him at B though, because yeah, it's a bias. B for bias. You're not allowed to say anything about it. This is my tier list. I take full responsibility of it. Let's move on to Caesar. Caesar, my boy, Gaius Julius Caesar. Uh, Caesar is, well, he's a mixed. He's like look, I never really like. I didn't dislike his look in Fate Grand Order. I thought it was a funny haha thing of like, wow, look at this guy. We know is super buff and cool. He's fat because he's like prosperous. I don't understand the reasoning behind it. There was concept art for him with like muscles and everything. Uh, I don't. I I would have liked him more if he was just not a weird. I mean, it's props to them for doing their own spin on it. But I just don't understand their like vision. It comes off a little bit as, I don't know, maybe disrespectful. I don't even know if I should call it that, because like Caesar wasn't really a good guy, was he? Like, I mean, he was Roman. He was Roman. He was. But yeah, I am gonna put him in. Well, regarding his personality, it's fine. It's fine, and his gameplay didn't really talk about gameplay. I think gameplay wise, I'm going to make Game Fate Grand Order meta episodes different on different times than this. This is purely opinionated tier list. My boy Caesar goes in C. C for Caesar. Then we go to Attila. I didn't really like her at first, because I didn't really when I first saw Altera, I didn't really know who she was. Because my first interaction with Altera was in Fate Grand Order, not in other material, and I was like, "Ooh, cool! Is that the Steinskate artist that drew her? That's nice." Uh, Overall, in the way she looks, I would say pretty nice. Like, I always thought she had long hair, but she doesn't. She has short hair. She just has a very big veil behind her. I would really like a costume without the veil behind her, just to see how weird it would look without it. Because, like, obviously, I'm used to seeing her with a big flowy thing behind her head. So, like, thinking of her with, like, visibly short hair is kind of cursed. But I bet it would look very cute, right? Bet it would look very cute. Uh, I would put her low, but, like, lower than Artoria and the others. But then I played some of the extra universe games. And after that, I just could not love her. I I love her so much. After seeing all of it, after seeing her larva version too, little baby, I just fell in love with Altera. She is. It's again bias, because like I played a game that had a little centering around her. But overall, this is once again my opinion. And she goes in A. Next to Nero. They were both in that one Septem chapter nobody likes to talk about. Then we got Gilles. Gilles de Rais. Gilles de Rais was, I didn't say who Altera is, did I? I actually don't remember. Something about Mars? I don't know. Gilles de Rais was one of Jeanne d'Arc's soldiers, generals. I don't remember what exactly, but he was under her in the war. He rallied with her. Uh, he has an obsession over her. This version too, the saner version. Uh, Overall, this guy's very chill. Like, I like Gilles. I like him like this as a saber. It's an interesting spin on it, because like it's a character that is like his main version, his main servant, his main Saint Graf, is nuts, evil, irredeemable even. But he is that. He is what he was before that, and he lives knowing, not only knowing that he is basically destined to become that, but being tied to that specific spirit origin makes him capable of also getting enabled to seem like his other versions in some instances. So oftenly, he will plead for you. Like, I think this is a voice line he has in the game where he actually pleads to you if he ever starts showing signs of insanity. He wants you to use your command seal in order to kill him because he doesn't want to become his destiny, which is honestly a very interesting thing. Like, he's not a, like, as a character, he's not used much. He's not interesting in the lore, like in the lore setting of Fate Grand Order. He doesn't do much. He appeared in Ordeal Call, but it was not him. It was Bluebeard. But as a character, as himself, by himself, not thinking of everything around him, as a character, very interesting, in my opinion, at least. So I would put him somewhere around B or A even. I'm gonna put him in A. I'm gonna put him in A, actually. Yeah, I put him above Siegfried. What you gonna do about it, huh? Then we got Chevalier d'Eon. I hope you don't mind if I call her, if I use she, her as pronouns for Chevalier, because she has an interlude in the game where she expresses that she is she wishes to go by the pronouns that her master wishes to choose for her, and I chose that. Contrary to what is probably the more popular choice in the fan base. I do believe she is very cute, however. Chevalier, let me just look at an image. Chevalier got the drip. Chevalier d'Eon got the drip. Really nice hat, really nice cape, really nice overall aesthetic, pretty sword, pretty face, pretty everything. So classy, so cute. Personality-wise, really nice. Very loyal. Obsessed with Marie Antoinette, just like me for real. You get A tier for Antoinette simp. Very lovely character. Charles Genevieve Louis Auguste André Timothy Deon de Beaumont. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but yeah, very cute. Moving on to the Archer class. Yes, the Archer class. This is another class. The Archer class is hold on. The Archer class is made up of archers. You'll see how funny that is as we go on. But first, in the Archer class, never mind, you're going to see it right away. Actually, I forgot. Emiya. Emiya is an original character to Fate. He is not a historical figure. He is not a figure from, like, real life anything. Emiya is a counterforce agent, I believe. The counterforce is something in the Fate universe. They send out these guys, these agents, whenever there's trouble, for them to fix it. Kind of like slaves to righteousness. And he is Emiya Shiro from Fate Stay Night, but bigger. Just gonna put a huge spoiler announcement, like huge words on the screen. Incoming spoiler! Right before saying that, Emiya is Shiro. Emiya Shiro. That's why his name is Emiya, but he's known as Archer, Faker, or Nameless. Nameless specifically in the Fate Extra series, I think. Overall, Emiya has, once again, just like Saber and a lot of the Fate Stay Night Servants, simple but effective designs. I love it. And I love the color combination on Emiya. Red and black is always good, no matter how you use it. Very classy, I would say. He, as a character, is a very motherly man. I would really wish to have him in my kitchen. So he gets an A, and I'm going to put him right next to Artoria. Moving on to Gilgamesh. Gilgamesh is a very popular story in general. Like the Epic of Gilgamesh, like Enuma Elish in general, is very popular. Like I learned about it in school. Like I don't know how it is in other places, but I learned about that in school. Gilgamesh is the main character of the Epic of Gilgamesh, obviously. This version of him specifically is the Archer version, which is him before maturing as a person, back when he was still a tyrant, back when he was still pretty much an awful guy overall. He had his kindness in him. There is kindness in this guy, but he's not a good person per se. He's more like one of those teenagers who think they're cool and they have such horrible takes, such horrible takes that would get someone canceled online. Gilgamesh, I like Gilgamesh. I like his armor a lot. One thing that I really wish was it's not was is a thing that I really wish about Gilgamesh is I really wish to see his helmet. How does the helmet to that armor look like? There's no way there's no helmet to it, right? I want to know. I want to see fully cladded Gilgamesh. I need it. His ascension, where he doesn't have the top part of his helmet, is also cool. I love the tattoos. Love it when his hair goes down. Looks so hot. So hot. This Gilgamesh, I love him. He has shown himself to be a fraud, per se, because he keeps losing to everyone. But I'm also putting him in A. No, I'm still putting him in A. Actually, I'm actually going to put Artoria and Gilgamesh in S. Base Artoria and base Gilgamesh are going in S. I decided that just now. MES still stays in A though, because I don't know. I mean, he's really cool. Don't get me wrong. He's really cool. I'm not hating. I'm not hating or anything. I just think he's not their level of cool. But yeah, this version of Gilgamesh, honestly, his my fondness of him gets boosted a lot by his extra version and the way he is depicted in Fate Grand Order, for example, in settings where he is around someone that he thinks is worthy to a certain degree. That's where I see him as more than just a prick, and I like that. Robin Hood is next. Here's the thing about Robin Hood in Fate. Robin Hood's description is very vague. So in Fate's universe, in order to be manifested as Robin Hood, all you have to do is just be a very skilled archer. Even if you've never done anything else in your life, if you are a master at archery, you have a chance of being summoned as a Robin Hood. I think that's how it works, right? Maybe. So we don't really know if this Robin Hood is the real Robin Hood. He does have the overall aesthetic of Robin Hood, but he does say that he always says that that's not what it is. So we don't really know. Don't really know. I like to think he is because he's cute and he looks like someone from Sherwood. If I would imagine someone from Sherwood. Robin comes from Extra, I believe, and his role in Extra I really don't like. I mean, I like him. I don't like his master at all. I know. I don't actually know how the people see his master, because like I haven't really interacted with people that have knowledge on extra stuff much. Like I have interacted with people that have knowledge on extra stuff, right? But I never talked about extra with them. I never really liked his master, and yeah. But Robin himself has always been one of my pookies. So I'm putting him in A. A lot of characters in A. Can't believe you two are getting so low. Damn, so sad. It's gonna be a long time until I find a character that's not worthy of A. Cause I'm looking at this tier list down there. A lot of the characters I would just put in A. Because I love everyone in this game. Let's move on to Atalanta. Atalanta is a Greek hero from a story where, I don't know, some race happened and she got beaten in a race by some guy. Golden apples, they married, they had sex under a shrine, and they got punished for it and they got turned into lions. That's the story. That is what I'm going with. Atalanta herself is cute. She's cute. She has a very soft spot for children. She likes taking care of kids, and she is, I mean, she's a bit exaggerated about it. I would say, a bit exaggerated about it. She doesn't really have anything that's special, though, does she? Like she's cute. Don't get me wrong. I love Atalanta, but I feel like there's too many people in A tier. So I'm gonna put her in B tier. She was in the extra CCC manga, wasn't she? I'm gonna put her in B tier. Not because I hate her. Obviously, I don't really hate any of the servants in this game. Even though there is a boo tier, I wonder who's gonna be in that one. Who knows? Who knows really? Uh, but yeah, Atalanta goes in B because she is cute. She has a nice design overall. I am still mad that she's drawn by the person that drew her, because honestly, I would really much have preferred her to be drawn by either like the Apocrypha artist, which drew her alter version. Did he? Did she? Did they drew her alter version? I think so, right? Yeah. But yeah, she's not bad though. Then we got Euriale. She is, I would say, the kinder, the sister from the pair of Medusa's siblings, because she shows a bit more empathy than Steno, which I don't like much. She's cute. She is close friends with Asterios. We will get close to that guy too. Yeah, I don't really know what to say about her. She has a cute overall design, and I believe she also has an idol dress, which looks very cute. I'm putting her in A. All for it. Arash. Here we go. This is gonna make a lot of people mad, but I never really connected with this guy. Like I know, I've read all of Camelot, and I've watched the movies, and I've seen the things he did, etc. Yeah, like he's a nice guy. He's a cool guy, but I never really got into him like as intensely as the whole fan base has gotten into him. Cause like people really love this guy, like intensely love this guy. But I'm just I just think he's fine. Like that's it. Like his design isn't anything special. He has a very simple design. Just like the Fate Stay Night Servants, but somehow even more simpler, honestly. Uh, but I don't hate him. I just didn't connect with him as much as everyone else. He goes in B for that one. Uh, I do like him though. He is a very good guy. He's a nice man. Cuckoo, Lancer from Fate Stay Night. He's a very cool guy. He is the hound of the hound of whatever it was. Looks very different than how he is described in his myth. He's described really weirdly in his myth. You can look that up yourself. Cuckoo is a badass. Like, what else can I say about him? He's a badass. All he does in Fate Stay Night is amazing. Every route, every route, he's a top dog. Literally top dog. He's got that dog in him. His appearance in Fate Samurai Remnant was welcomed, very welcomed. His run, super cool. His design is also nice. The overall blue aesthetic of it, like I love blue. I love that shade of blue. A thing I love about Lancer's design is the Ascension, where he's like he has his chest uncovered. He has an Ascension, right? It's like his second one. It's so cool. I love it. I love that his hair is different in it. I love the tattoos on him. He just looks interesting. It just looks very interesting. And the last one is like kind of almost exactly like the first stage, but just cooler in general. It's like darker and everything. I do love Ku. I'm putting him in. You know what? Since I put Ku in S, I'm putting Enya in S. It's just S. S is just gonna have all the Fate Stay Night servants in it. It's funny though, cause like I feel like it's more like I have an emotional attachment to these guys than that I actually like them a lot as a character. So I can't really make myself put them lower than S. I tried to put them all lower at first, but then I just felt scratching at the back of my head, like you have to put them higher. I couldn't make myself. Elizabeth Bathory. I know someone. I know someone who really likes this person. I've drawn for someone who really likes this person. Liz. For the sake of my friend, where should I put you? Well, Liz overall, yeah, she is cute. She was also one of my first servants in the game. She was also one of the first servants in general I drew, like a bunch of years ago, which is interesting, an interesting fact. But still, she was also an extra and in Extella and all that. She's an extra servant, obviously, but still, for some reason, I don't feel like I can put her in A tier. Ooh, someone's gonna kill me for this one. I saw her using a gun. Ooh, I'm in danger, but I'm putting her in B. Oh, I should check under my bed for Ellie with a gun, just in case. Just all right. Moving on to Musashibo Benkei, who isn't actually Musashibo Benkei. As a character, Benkei is good. Like, I like him as a character. In Babylonia, he was really nice. But also, I don't know. Like, yeah, he's fine, but also, I don't know. So, I would say Benkei. Also, I actually no. I'm putting him in C. I'm sorry. I don't hate him. I like him, but I just know I would like him way more if some stuff about him were different. So yeah. Then we got a prototype Cuckoo prototype Cuckoo prototype, the prototype version of Cuckoo. Prototype Coup is not as cool as regular Coup, but I really enjoy his design. But sadly, that is the only thing about him, honestly, when it comes to what I like about him. The only thing, is his design. Really like the design, but that's it. So I can't really put him in A. I will put him in B, though, because I really love his design that much. I genuinely do. Ooh, Leonidas. Look at him. Ooh, a thing I really love about Leonidas is his art. It looks like a classic painting, and I love it. And I think this is the first SS. SS is specifically for servants that I am. It's like my boys and girls and non-binaries. they're my Pookies, and I think Leonidas is the first one that goes in that category. He was the first servant I grailed in the game, and I had an obsession with him after seeing Babylonia for the first time. Obviously, really love him. Really love Leonidas. Really wish I had a helmet just like his. I also was a big fan of 300 way before I knew what Fate was, so that helped with my likeness of him. I'm not going to explain who Leonidas is, because there's no way you don't know who he is. Like, come on. It's like, he is the Spartan. He's the guy who kicks that guy in the hole and goes like, "This is Sparta." Maybe that's like a very old thing that people don't remember anymore. Remember Sparta Remix? Sparta Remix? God, I'm gonna listen to that after this. But yeah, Leonidas, my boy. Oh yeah, I didn't mention, we are in the Lancer class now. Lancer class is specifically people who use spears, kind of. Then we got Romulus. Romulus is his base version. I don't like him that much. Like, I don't like his design. I love his voice though, and I love how the amount of times he just talks, the way he talks about Roma. Like when every time he goes Roma, I love it. I love him. I love Romulus. I'm putting him in B though, because like, again, just like Cuckoo, the only thing that I love about him is his voice. So I don't think that's enough for him to be an A. But since I really like something specific about him, he gets to be in B. Because under B, it's servants that I have issues with. Anyways, going into the rider class, which is usually servants that have either a mount or a vehicle. That's usually what it is. So we got Medusa, which is an SS for me. Medusa was my most favorite servant in the original Fate Stay Night. I knew of Rider before I knew what Fate was, which is something. She was the first servant I've ever known, basically. First servant I've ever known was Medusa. So obviously, over time, it developed certain, obsession, I would say. I've drawn so much Medusa in my life. I don't think I have to explain what Medusa is, but this isn't inspired by the whole like original myth of her just being a monster and all that. It's inspired by the myth where she was a regular pretty girl and she was cursed, and thus I feel really bad for her. But I love her. I love her design. I love how she looks, how she talks, how she behaves. I love everything about Medusa. Medusa is the best. Moving on to Georgios, or as they say in my country, Sfântu he is cool. He's cool, honestly. Cool. I have... I'm gonna call him Gheorghe. I have a very... I really love Gheorghe. I love him a lot. And it's not because of his Fate Grand Order version. It's just because of where I was raised. Like, everyone, I'm pretty sure everyone here knows who Gheorghe is. My family had a painting, they had, we call them iguane. They had, like, one of those, like wooden, wood paintings, it's a wooden tablet, but has a painting on, very religious stuff. But there was one of Sfântu Gheorghe, which is weird because I thought they only did them for like very big figures in Christianity and stuff like that. But I guess he is a saint. I guess he is a saint, but yeah, who cares? Anyways, Gheorghe in this game also looks really cool. I love his armor. I love the way his shoes have like dragon claws. It's very cool. Gheorghe, he goes into, honestly, S tier. S tier for Gheorghe. This is like Romanian bias, I guess. It's like very much biased, but S tier for him. I also love that they gave him a hobby in the game. He is a photographer. He loves photography. That's very cute. Then we got Edward Teach. Blackbeard. I never watched One Piece, so I don't have a One Piece bias like some people do when it comes to Blackbeard. I do have a bias when it comes to the real Blackbeard, though. So if you don't know, Blackbeard he didn't actually fight head on. Usually, the whole skulls on the pirate ship thing was his thing, because what he would do is he would do intimidation tactics in order to skip the fighting and make people just fear him and not engage with him. He would do like these intimidation tactics in order to put the fear of God into people. And what I believe he's doing in Fate Grand Order, we see glimpses of him being a normal person, but sometimes he acts like a complete creep out of nowhere. And I do believe that that is actually him putting up a form of what he used to do in life. Because he knows if he's a creep, other servants are going to stay away from him. And that's what he wants. But we also know that he's not actually a creep, because there's so many instances of Edward Teach where he's just a genuinely nice guy, like a well-mannered individual who just has like a passion for, like, I don't know, anime in general, waifus, fine, but like he's not as creepy as he chooses to be sometimes. And I believe that puts him in A tier. I really like this interpretation of him. It's very, like, super cool. And let's not mention how hot he looks in his summer drip. Moving on to Boudica. I like Boudica. She's a very, very sweet person. And I have mommy issues, so I'm always going to be all for mommy characters. Even though she says she is an onesan, she's coping. What I don't like about her character is the direction the writers are choosing for her. Because the writer version chooses to forget her past and chooses to be better than what she would be if she didn't forget her past. She tries to be calm. That's fine. What I don't like about the direction is they never tried at making a version of her that's not like that. They've introduced Avenger Boudica more than once. Every time they choose to make her a shadow servant. It is infuriating, especially since she was in a very recent story chapter. And they still chose to not give her like a sprite, but they chose to give the other Avengers stuff, but not her, which is sad. It's very sad. But overall, I really like Boudica, and just like in her real myth, she is being done super dirty. She's not a myth, it's literal history. Boudica is literal history. She gets into A. Then we got Minamoto no Yoritsume. I forgot her other name, but this is Ushiwaka Maru. Where does she go? There she is. I really have a soft spot for Ushiwaka, because my introduction to Fate Grand Order wasn't actually the game itself. Like, I did play the game, but I wasn't paying attention to it. My proper introduction to Fate Grand Order, like what it is about, and a bit of the lore, was Babylonia, the anime. And Ushiwaka was a big part in that, and she was amazing. Ever since I saw her in the anime, I couldn't, again, just like Altera, I could not love Ushiwaka Maru. So I'm putting her in S tier. Ushiwaka is peak. She's amazing. I still use her even now. I use her a lot. Then we got Alexander. This is a young version of Alexander the Great, or Iskandar. He's a very small little guy. He's very cute. He's a redhead, very nice. He's not really used that much. It's a really cool dynamic he was used for, but sadly he was used in Septem, so it couldn't be explored that much. But I like the idea behind it, of having, like, instead of having old man Iskander and young boy Waver, having old man Waver and young boy Iskander was a really nice idea. That honestly, I wish it would be explored more. Honestly, because I really like him. I really like the whole thing, but he goes into B because there's just really nothing much to him other than that. He's a really nice kid. That's all I'm gonna say. Marie Antoinette, the invincible queen. Oh, this is my girl. This is my girl. She goes into SS. This is my girl. My girl. No, she gets her own tier. She she gets a row above. She gets a row above. She gets a row above. And I'm naming it my servant. Yeah, we're adding that. We're adding that. And she goes there. Look at her. Marie. I've always loved Marie. The reason for that is actually very specific. So my introduction to the Fate series as a whole, and not just Fate Grand Order, was one of my friends who was writing a story. And here's the deal: the story was of a Grail War, and it was between us, between our friend group. He made OCs for all of us, and my servant was Marie. And I got to learn a lot about her while he was writing the story and all of that. Really got connected to her as a character, and ever since then, I just considered her to be my servant. The dynamic of my character and her was very nice too, because my character was a very strong mage from a very rich family. But the thing is, my character was super strong. He was a strong magus, and Marie was quite a weak servant compared to him. So the dynamic between the two was that she was more weak, soft-spoken kind. She always looked more for ways to go around stuff in a more friendly manner if she was able to, and only chose to fight if she knew it was necessary. While my character was more rash, was more battle ready, and he would often go in without her because he didn't have much confidence in her. But it changes over time. My character and Marie form a bond between them, and Marie learns from him while he learns from her, which was very interesting. I really loved it. I loved their dynamic. I loved their dynamic, and I built off of it. I'm still building off of it nowadays. I'm still writing about the two. I'm still writing about them. And top it all off, the story was called Fate Phenomena, and it's actually what I named this podcast after, because this fan story that my friend made was my introduction to this whole thing. And nowadays, Fate is one of the things I love the most about, like, my life in general. It's like comes in second right after my girlfriend. That's the priority. Girlfriend, Fate, everything else. But yeah, so I will have a bias for Marie, but that is for such a sweet reason, in my opinion, because just my opinion. All right, we're gonna finish this with Martha. No, we're gonna finish it with Medea, actually, because I want to get into Medea too. Martha is one of the saints. I don't really know if she's the same Martha that allowed Jesus Christ himself to stay in her home. I don't know that. I actually don't. It may be, it may not be. You can tell me in the comments if you do know. I didn't look into it. But she is the Martha with the Tarask and everything. But I don't know if, that whole thing was written after Jesus' disciple, Martha. Because that's still also a Saint Martha, right? I don't know. I'm really bad at religion. Anyways, Martha is good though. I love her design. It's very fan servicey, but I like her. I like her artist a lot. Like I love her artist. She goes in A specifically because she looks super good. Also, her craft essence, the one where she's like in a robo suit, fucking amazing, amazing. Everybody has that one, doesn't they? Everybody has that craft essence. Such a peak craft essence, right? And finally, the last servant for this episode is Medea. I love Medea, and she goes in SS right next to Medusa. Medea is one of those servants that have, I mean, you could say she has been done dirty, but not in Fate Stay Night per se. Honestly, yes, in some of the routes of Fate Stay Night, she has been done real dirty. But not in all of them. Some of them have like a bittersweet ending to it. Some of them have a bitter ending to it, but it's still kind of nice in a way. Medea herself has been done dirty by the gods, and she's become a really horrible person because of what the gods chose to do with her and Jason, or the guy, the man. I don't blame Jason, or however you want me to pronounce it. I don't blame him for being scared of her. He's a chill guy, and if you know of what she did, you would understand his concerns and his fears of her specifically. But he still like talks to her, and he's in Chaldea, and he still interacts with her, and he's still like rather nice to her when he can, in his own weird way. He still is. But Medea wouldn't have become this like scary, just horrid woman if it weren't for the initial thing that the gods did to her. So she was done dirty from the get-go. She was very sweet when she was a child before everything, I believe. But I love her. I love her, and I wish more was done with her. Well, there's little chance that's gonna happen soon because of recent things that happened, which really it hurt me to find out that her voice actress passed away. Which her voice actress is like one of the she was one of the I would say biggest voice actors in Japan, because her roles were, she voiced Bayonetta, I believe, which is like a big thing. She is one of the OGs, basically. She was. So obviously she will be missed. I really felt really bad the day I found out what happened. I'm glad that she got to live for as long as she did, but it still felt like, it was too soon, because that's just, yeah, I don't like talking about it though. Yeah, so because of that, I don't expect Medea to be touched on anytime soon. Might take them some years before they actually do more with her, before they maybe choose to recast her role or anything like that. It might take some time. But yeah, she is someone I really love. I really love Medea. This is how the tier list looks so far. Hope you guys like it. Obviously, not everyone is going to be okay with what I made here. Not everyone is going to be okay with this. But I'm fine with that. As I said, this is my tier list. I take full responsibility. You can swear at me in the comments. Just go at it. I don't mind. I don't mind. You can also tell me your opinions on some servants that you love in the comments below. And do tell me if you want me to elaborate more on my thoughts on these servants instead of trying to be quick about it. Just know that that means the tier list is going to take way longer to complete, but you will get to hear more of my thoughts on these characters, which I don't know if it's worth it or not, honestly. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. My first episode of this Fate podcast series, or overall nerdy podcast phenomena. And don't you worry. I don't know how oftenly I am going to post an episode of this. Maybe 2 times a week. Maybe whenever I feel like it. I don't know if I'm going to make a schedule yet. Since I'm not like a big shot, I can kind of just do it whenever. Because people don't really look forward to watching me. So they don't have like to... They don't have to expect uploads. But yeah. I'll see you in the next one, and I hope you've enjoyed it. And if you have any ideas or anything you would like to see from my podcast, anything you would like me to talk about, please say it in the comments below. I will talk about anything from anime, TV shows, games, movies, anything you want. I will share my opinion on it. And I will even learn new things if you want me to look into something. I am Lecchan, or Lescandra. And this was Phenomena. See you in the next episode.